Welcome to EcoSmart. I'm Missy Tuttle. Illegal signs, or as we like to call them, street spam, are a real problem in Tallahassee. Keeping street spam out of the right-of-ways keeps our community beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, wait till you see what's new at the center of Tallahassee. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, it's good to see you again. Y'all come on and get in.
So, tell me what's new.
For the last 2 months, been going through the property and pruning and mulching and fertilizing and nurturing all of the trees and the plant material that's on the site. So what we have today is a much more healthy environment from a horticultural standpoint than what was here when we took over the property a little over a year ago.
And as a consumer myself, I like that there are a lot of trees in the parking lots because then I can find me a nice shady spot to park.
Yeah. Here's Big John.
What in the world is Big John?
Big John is a tree spade, and it is one of the largest tree spades in the United States.
So now why do you need a tree spade?
On all of the properties that we develop, there's going to be some really nice trees that it would just be a tragedy to cut them down. And so we bring this piece of equipment here, which we own and have had for quite some time, for the purpose that as operations move toward one place or another, we want to have this here so that instead of cutting a tree down or bulldozing it over, we can take this large tree spade and we can then reach down and dig that tree up by the entire root system and then carry it with this machine, or we can put it on a flatbed trailer and carry it to another location, and then we can put it in the ground somewhere else, called transplanting.
How many trees have you transplanted here at the Tallahassee Mall?
We've moved 7 so far.
Oh, wow. What kind of size are they? I mean, are they big trees, or what are we thinking? These smaller ones, or?
This is capable of moving a tree that would be as tall as 50 feet tall, and
wow,
with a trunk on it that could be as big as 14 inches. So far what we've moved were 3 really beautiful Japanese maples. Those trees were about 14 feet tall.
Wow.
We've also moved 4 crepe myrtles, and those crepe myrtles are about 20 feet tall. It's very small trees for what Big John is capable of moving, but they were also trees that were really something that we just wanted to find a new home for.
Are you going to be moving any more trees, or you pretty much moved the ones that you need to move?
No, there's more trees to move on the site as we continue to progress through some of the other phases.
And then are you also planting new trees?
Yes, and you'll see some of the trees that we've planted. We started planting 2 weeks ago, and we have planted about 20 oak trees. We have about 70 more trees to go.
Wow.
So we're really just getting into the beginning of the landscaping part of the project.
And I know the last time we were here, we talked about the parking lot and how you were reusing the concrete from the inside as the road base, but it really was mostly road base when we were here. Can you show me what that looks like now?
Absolutely.
So now we're coming in off John Knox Road, which the last time we were here, it was all blocked off up here. Tell me what else has changed up here.
Well, let's get out and take a look.
Okay.
Since you were here before, we've completed the roundabout, which is right here at the main entrance coming off of John Knox. And as you can see, we've now got the cobble pavers that have been installed that go around the roundabout and go all the way to the north to the other end of the property. And our plan is to have some really, really neat things on down at the other end of that road that's in the next phase for this development. But this is where we took a lot of the crushed concrete and used as the road base that now goes under these pavers, these cobblestone pavers, that really gives it such a tremendous amount of road base and the support.
And that's why it looks so different, because the last time we were here, this was just all road base. There was no pavement down, no asphalt, no roadway.
Yeah, now you can kind of get a feel for what the finished product is going to be when all of this is completely built out. And you can see how really nice, when you see the areas that are finished, how much it really sets off what those stores and restaurants and other things are going to be just beyond that. When you're in a construction process, you know, it all just sort of looks like there's just so much stuff that's going on, you can't really get the vision for it.
Right, and it looks so different. So is this the main entrance to the mall?
Well, there's several entrances to the property, and this one we believe is going to be the entrance that will get the most amount of vehicular traffic coming onto the property.
I think one of the biggest changes is going to be calling it the center, because I keep calling it the Tallahassee Mall. So I need to reroute my brain and call it the center of Tallahassee.
Well, I think it's a matter of repetition, and as you see more things that are going in and you see more advertising and you hear more things that are taking place, and as the event center starts to come to life and there's more promotions that are going on with the types of shows and other events that are going to be taking place, and they're saying that this is at the center of Tallahassee, I think probably in just a short period of time, what will happen is it will become known to everyone in the community as the center of Tallahassee. And that was our concept and vision from the beginning, is that this is in such a wonderful place in this community. And we know the community loves it, and we feel as though they really feel as though it really is the center of the community.
Well, let's go check out some of the other updates, all the things that have changed since we were here last.
Sure, let's go.
Now, as you approach the upcoming roundabout, I want you to slow down. You have to yield to the other cars in the roundabout because they have the right of way. Now, once the coast is clear, you just ride on into the roundabout and go around until you find where you want to exit. Now get into the roundabout. Give it some juice.
This is fun!
Visit talgov.com. Now this area looks different, but what exactly has been done here, and where are we?
Here we are on Music Alley. Let's get out and take a look.
Okay.
This is what you may remember as the food court
Oh, yes.
that was in the mall. And it was a little bit more cluttered at the time you were here before. Now we have a really, really interesting tenant that's going to be coming in here. I can't tell you what it is right yet, but it is really going to be something special.
Well, standing here, this definitely looks familiar, but it's the only thing familiar. What is going on down here?
Well, do you remember when we were here before, and this is what's named Music Alley.
Okay.
And it's named Music Alley because it is right in front of the Pavilion Event Center. And the area here before was where the mall corridors were. So this had a roof all the way over.
That's right.
And the roof went all the way down to the very end where you see those two tall columns down. And so what we've done, obviously, is we've opened it up. We've made it where you can drive your car down through here. We fixed it where it would be very pedestrian friendly because we anticipate a lot of people will be able to come here and walk and browse and shop and dine and have music, entertainment, and it's just a great atmosphere for the whole family to be able to come to. We're really excited about what we've been able to do here.
It's amazing. It's really coming along. So there'll be shops and such over here, but what is this brick area over here where it's so beautiful?
Well, come on and let me give you a little bit of a description of this. As we continue to walk down Music Alley, we'll be coming up on the area that looks like a coliseum with these arches. And this is where you will be able to enter into the Pavilion Event Center that we'll go and look at in a minute.
That brickwork is really amazing.
Yeah, we're very proud of how the design is working out. And do you remember walking down Music Alley before?
I do, but I remember all of this being that green paper, and there were no windows, no doors, none of that. So it definitely looks different.
Yeah, we're gaining, and when we got to about here is where the roof of the mall was still in place.
Yes.
And as you can see now, it's gone, and we have sidewalks and trees and roads and parking that are where the mall roof and concourse used to be.
And that was part of the center. I mean, that was just the walkway over there.
Yeah, that was a really wide mall concourse that went in this direction to the north, and then it also went in this direction to the south. So this was really a four-way intersection that you walk through, and today it's a three-way intersection that you can drive through.
And I think one of the biggest things that I can tell is the roof was on the last time we were here. So now you have the road in, you have all of the curbs and the sidewalks and trees, because now that there's no roof, everything is really starting to transition to that open air mall.
Yeah, and you can get the feel for being able to just come up here in your car and pull up in front of the store of your choice and park right in front of it and be able to go to where you want to go and where you want to shop. And then what we think you'll want to do then is take a walk around this area because it is such a pedestrian-friendly area.
It just looks so different, and you can see it. I can see the open air mall. I can see how people can drive up, pull right up to where they want to shop rather than parking way out in the parking lot and walking in and having to walk all the way down. I just think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And it is coming along. I can see it.
Now I'm glad that you get an opportunity to sort of get a better feel for it. There's still more to come, and there's still some things that we are doing now that we weren't planning to do when you were here last, because in a way it's sort of a work in progress. Because when we do some things and then we realize, wow, this is a really neat spot, and think what we could do here. So, and that's kind of probably some of the ways that we get some of our kicks is, it's really being able to think about, this is what we can do that can really be something that's really neat here, that people are going to love to come here. And it gets back to our mission, which is to put something in the community that's good and something that people are going to enjoy and it's going to be beneficial and be there for years to come. Let me show you something as an example of that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to show you. This is something that we really did not even think about until just a few months ago. But what we realized is that it was very important for the people that park and want to walk to be able to utilize that huge expanse of a parking lot that comes off of Monroe. And so what we realized in looking at it on paper and then sort of looking at it on the site is, wow, we could create a great walkway as a breezeway right down through here that would let all of the people park over in that parking lot, and then they would be able to come all the way in here into this event and entertainment area. And there's going to be times when there's going to be 10 or 20,000 people coming to events right here at Center Tallahassee. And so we opened this breezeway up. And then when that started, we started thinking about this area right here. We could leave part of the roof on of the old mall and create a tremendous area. And so we have stores or restaurants that'll be here with dining or markets that can have things that bring the outdoor and the indoor together. You have this great walkway where people will be able to walk down through here. You have this area, and these are things that just happened as we were getting further along into the construction process. And this really, I think, creates something that's really special.
And I really like the fact that it's covered. So this is great.
And just think, if you're coming here for an event, you'll be able to have such an incredible time to be able to come somewhere like this and be able to sit and relax and just enjoy the weather and enjoy the afternoon.
So speaking of the event center, can we go check that out?
Yes.
All right.
Let's go this way. This is what I can't wait to show you. this is the Pavilion Event Center.
Wow, this has really changed since the last time we were here.
Yeah, we didn't even have the roof on, and this area is 100,000 square feet of pure entertainment area.
This is huge.
Hey, you want to get out and look?
Sure.
Come on.
So this is still in its construction phase. I can't really tell exactly what it's gonna look like. Where will the bands or the artists be?
They will be right over here on top of this stage looking back out in this direction. And the concept of this is, it's like if you were going to a large concert in a stadium or in a civic center where the people that have the best seats are the people that are down on the floor. Well, this entire area is like the best seats because they're all down on the floor.
Okay. Will there be seating out here?
Yes, we have seating for 6,600 people that will be set up in this area right here. And of course, there's also standing room and other areas back in the area on back here to the right. And one thing that you might notice is that it's really cool and comfortable underneath
this is nice.
this. And we think that that'll really make a tremendous impact on the enjoyment that people have. Not to mention, they're out of the sun and they're out of the rain, but what they really have is like they're right underneath a great big shade tree.
Yeah, this is really nice because I can feel the wind, the breeze coming through, but yet that sun is not beating down on my head. This is amazing. So can we go up on the stage? Is it done?
It is certainly where we can go up there and walk and take a look at what the entertainers will see when they're up there looking out this way. Come
Okay,
on.
yeah.
Watch your head and watch your step. And as you can see, as we're walking out on the stage, this is nearly 7 stories tall
Wow.
from where people will be sitting in the audience. And then what we're looking at here is, this is what you'll see if you can come right over here in this area. This is what if you were the entertainer and the lead singer, for instance, this is what you're going to be looking out on, is a sea of people out here in the pavilion. And every time I walk up here and look out at that, I just think that it's absolutely phenomenal.
This, it looks so much bigger when we're here than when we were down there. Like, it did not look like it was this huge. And I can almost hear the audience right now cheering us. Yay. I think even the way it looks right now, even just being in construction, it's still, there's something about it that's like, this is really cool.
Yeah, it's
This
really
looks
neat.
awesome. So it looks like this is the end of our tour.
It's been such a great thing to be able to do. We really appreciate all of the help and support that we've received from the community, and even more so from the people with the city. You know, from the mayor and the commission and all the people in growth management and all the people that we've worked with that has helped us be able to do the things that we're trying to do here, to really put something that's special in the community. It's really been a collaborative effort. I can't wait to get it finished because I want to come down and just enjoy being here myself.
Well, I can just say, you know, thanks for having us out again. And I know that everybody at the city is also very excited and can't wait to get this done. So thanks so much. And
You're
I
so
look forward to
welcome.
seeing it as it continues.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And thank you guys for joining us. Stay tuned for more EcoSmart.
When someone abducts a child, they're not about to advertise it. But we will. Sign up at wirelessamberalerts.org to get free Amber Alert text messages on your cell phone. Wireless Amber Alerts. A child is calling for help.
city invests a lot of time and energy into trying to make this the most beautiful city we can deliver for our citizens. And that's why we've invested lots of money in things like street medians, beautiful landscaping. And so the impact or the impression that you get of our community driving down our roadways is very important to us. That's why we're real concerned about street spam and illegal signage, because it detracts from all that investment that we're making. And that's one of the reasons why we take this very seriously, and we try and hold people accountable, and we try and remove that signage when we come upon it.
Illegal signs affect our community's health in several ways. So what can you do to be street smart? We're going to take a ride with Joanne from Code Enforcement and learn all about it. Hi.
Hey, Missy, you ready to go for a ride?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, come on.
So, Joanne, tell me, what exactly is street spam?
Well, basically, street spam is where a lot of these people will post signs up on the poles. Sometimes they set them in the ground. If it rains and it gets windy, they blow off, and now you have litter all through the neighborhood. Oh, look, Missy, here's a sign right here, I think, that we're rolling across. Let's check this out.
It is busy traffic out here.
Right, and that's what's one of the real hard things, is when you see a sign or having to U-turn and then come down. But see, when they put something like this up, this is for one of the clubs, the Taboo.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and that was October 15th.
And look at where everybody else is posted.
All these staples are previous signs, and it goes all the way around the pole.
Wow.
Because typically when we do it, I mean, that's all we're doing, is pulling it down. And then it's a matter of putting it in the truck so it doesn't blow away.
Right, and become litter.
Right, right. And even like lots of times I'll go ahead and pick these up, or if there was a sign that had fallen on the ground from before, I would go ahead and pick it up.
Oh, okay.
And that way it doesn't blow through.
All right, well, let's go look for some more.
Okay.
It's like a scavenger hunt.
That's right, exactly.
Off to the next sign.
Okay, look, we're not even a block away, and here's another pole that's got 3 signs on it.
Wow.
Yep, so we're gonna have to go ahead and get these. I gotta get up here on the curb a little bit. I have my emergency lights on. But yeah, so sometimes we can go, and it's so heavy, it's literally every pole has 3 and 4 on it. So the fact we've gone a block and this is the first one, that's not too bad.
So see, I can say I did my part.
That's right.
Yay.
And even this pole, you can see where all the staples are
Oh
from
my
before.
gosh.
And then every now and then, they'll put them up real high, and we actually have shovels that we carry
Oh, okay.
that we can reach up probably to about 8 feet tall, 7 feet tall, and get them down.
Yeah, because I can see there's a couple that are up there
Yes,
pretty high.
Yep, and I'm a whopping 5'1", so makes it difficult.
And why is it important that we clean up or actually try to keep this street spam from occurring?
Well, aesthetically, we all want to live in a nice community. We take pride in our community, so by picking it up, at least it's preventing it from blowing into the road or blowing into people's yards, and if it rains, you know, getting stuck in the grass, and it just overall makes it a whole lot nicer place to live. And there's another one over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the closer you get, and
There's
they
2.
got them over here. The closer you get to, now that one on that side is not in the right of way versus this one is.
Okay. And when they're not in the right of way, then they're kind of up to the person who owns the property
Right,
to
so
deal
if that's
with.
FAMU property, FAMU can go out and remove it.
Okay.
Or if you were a homeowner and somebody stuck a sign in your yard, it'd be up to you to go ahead and remove
Right.
it. Okay, now we have a sign on this side over here, Missy.
Oh,
There's
wow.
sign on the pole in the ground. There's sign over there. Signs on every
Oh my
one.
goodness, there's
Okay, now
signs
this
everywhere.
is FSU homecoming. That's what these signs are. So, and they're actually going up every pole.
So regardless of what they're for, they're not supposed to be on that location.
Correct. They are prohibited signs. Missy, you ready to go get these signs?
Sure.
Okay, great. Okay, so we have one over here.
Oh my
think
goodness,
we've-
look at the number of staples on this.
Go ahead.
There's an anthill.
Yeah, there's quite a few. And then see, here's where there's one real tall.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Who's that tall? They must stand on top of cars and do that.
Right, like
Look
that
at
one,
how
there's no
many.
way I can't even get that one.
Oh, there's one up high? Let's see. Yay!
All right. Okay, Missy, we got 2 over here across the street we gotta
Okay.
get.
Oh, we got a little bit different kind here.
That's right. So sometimes they're all not on just the poles.
So this sign wasn't on the pole, so why would it be illegal?
Missy, it's still in the right-of-way. The right-of-way here is gonna at least be up to the sidewalk.
Okay.
So anything within this distance is still considered right-of-way.
And-
So that's why we would pull it.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's a business or anything else, it's just
Nope, it's in the right-of-way
location.
and should not be there, and
Okay.
the location.
Great, well we have
Okay.
several more.
Oh yes, we can keep busy.
So how do you guys find out where the signs are?
Basically from driving through, as well as citizens call and complain about it. We get sign complaints all the time from citizens, sometimes other business owners. So they let us know, and just like we're driving right now, every now and then you'll just drive through and you'll see a sign.
And then what happens to all the signs that you guys pick up?
Well, we try to recycle the best we can, whether it's the plastic, paper, metal, and if there's something other than that, we'll go ahead and just discard it.
So how do you figure out what the right-of-way is? Because I know it differs in different areas.
Real good question, Missy. The right-of-way does vary throughout the city. Like for instance, right over here in this area, we have utility poles and we have a sidewalk. We go by the furthest back. Okay, so anything that would be on that side of the sidewalk would be considered private property.
Okay.
But anything on this side of that sidewalk is going to be considered the city right-of-way, and we would go ahead and remove or find those properties in violation. Okay, so look, here's a fine example, Missy. Let me pull over here and let me show you about the right-of-way. Okay, so you'll notice here we have the sidewalk and we have the utility poles.
Okay.
So we want to go by the furthest item back, which would be the sidewalk. Okay, so anything that they would put over here would be considered private property.
Okay.
Okay, if it's on between the road and the sidewalk, that's going to be considered our city right-of-way.
Okay.
And although the sidewalk meanders back and forth, we're basically going to use this as our point.
And so where we were just a little while ago, where the electric poles were further back, you go off of that.
Right, correct.
Okay.
Correct. And if there were utility poles or fire hydrants, we try to judge it through them because we know definitely those are on the right-of-way.
Well, I can see where the education's important then, because I mean, I didn't know that before, but it's actually pretty simple.
It is. But like I said, each roadway does vary, and where they put their poles, it's all different. So.
Great. It is fun.
Okay, look, here, Missy. Here's another one that's in the right-of-way. You want to stop and get this one?
Yeah.
Okay. We can either pull this, or what else could we do with it?
Well, we could call code enforcement at 891-6500, or we can report it via Digitally.
Great idea. Let's do that.
Okay. All right, well, that one's reported.
Well, I think we did a great job, Missy. We definitely picked up enough signs for the day. Let's head back to the shop.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for taking us out, Joanne. I've learned so much about street spam.
Well, I'm glad you got to go with me. I think it was a lot of fun and it was educational. Thank
really
you.
was.
You take care now.
All right, thank
Bye-bye.
you. And thanks for joining us on EcoSmart and for doing your part to keep our community healthy and sustainable. For WCOT, I'm Missy Tuttle.